I made a Ghibli VR game, but you can't actually play it.
This was a school project for my university. I'm currently studying XR design, and we had our first game engine course. In this course, we were free to make pretty much anything we wanted in Unity. So obviously, I wanted to make a VR game.
I personally have been using Unity for about 5 years now, but I've mainly been making VRChat worlds and VRChat avatars. So my knowledge in Unity is quite small. I wouldn't call myself a game developer, since my VRChat worlds have mainly focused around making a cool environment instead of interactability. Though my most recent VRChat world did have some more cool interactive stuff in it. Originally, I had a completely different project I was working on, but I got kind of burned out of it, so I decided to start on something new. So, on the 24th of March, I pitched a new project to my teacher. And kind of sneakily, I decided to combine my existing Kiki VRChat project with my school project. So this time I wouldn't be losing motivation. So here's the pitch I gave to my teacher. I wanted a cozy, simple VR baking game. I've personally always loved cooking games, so it was easy for me to come up with this. I did consider making a Kiki's flying delivery game, but since I don't have the city assets finished yet, it didn't make sense for me to make a game like that since it wouldn't be set in Koriko. The idea was that you could bake bread, and the bread recipes would be as realistic as possible, and you could put it to sell at the shop. You could swap recipes by swapping the different pages of this recipe book, and you could mix up different ingredients to make different kinds of pastries. And it didn't take long for my teacher to approve my pitch, so I started working on my project. Since this was the first time I was working on something outside of VRChat, it was kind of intimidating. I pretty much just started by putting my assets in my scene and trying to get something working there. Luckily, our school did provide us with some Unity assets that we were free to use, so I ended up using a few of those. Probably the best asset I used was this AutoHands VR framework. Our teacher actually discouraged us from making our own player controller. This project and this course was for us to learn as much about Unity as possible, so if we were focused on one single thing, it wouldn't really make any sense. So having a ready-made VR rig made my life a heck of a lot easier. And the AutoHands framework also came with a bunch of useful scripts I could use in my game itself. And with this, it only took me a few days to get something working in my scene. I was very proud of it. But when it came to the cooking mechanics, well, I would obviously not be able to avoid scripting something. The thing is, I don't really do programming. I have taken a course on Python before, and I have made a few shaders and a few little systems here and there, but I can read code, I don't produce it. So for the scripts I needed for this project, I used ChatGPT. I wouldn't say it was easy. I had a few classmates who tried to use ChatGPT for their games and they could not get any results from it. But I think my prior experience with Unity and scripting and some game dev stuff as well helped me a lot with doing this. I also tried to focus on making small scripts that I could reuse on as many things as possible, so I wouldn't have to ask for anything too complex. Did ChatGPT do a good job? I mean, my game works, but I did spend quite a long time just trying to fix random bugs, and I did have to learn quite a lot of new stuff about Unity itself to get these scripts working. So many times ChatGPT tried to tell me something should work, and I kept telling it, no it doesn't. But it definitely did make my work a lot easier. I wouldn't use ChatGPT to make a full game, but using it for a project like this did definitely help me. So what was I able to make? Spoiler, not everything I wanted. I now have a very simple game where you can put all the ingredients in a bowl, mix them together, watch them rise, pour them out and knead them with your hands, then put it in the oven and voila, you have a piece of bread. Rinse and repeat until you've made enough bread. There's no way for you to swap the type of bread you're baking, or even a way to fail at baking, unless you clutch your spatula or spoons into the table, but that's a problem with Unity's collision detection. So, I can't fix that. The environment also isn't what I wanted. Obviously, I would have wanted to set this in Koriko, but I have way less time to work on my Koriko models as I had hoped. So, I ended up setting the bakery inside of this random island. This whole island was made in less than 10 hours on a night train, while I was very much motion sick. I'm not fully happy with it. I don't think it really fits the Ghibli art style, but I guess it gets its job done. And for our Unity course, we were mainly focused around getting a 30-second promo to showcase our work. So I just tried to focus on getting something that would look good in a video. And and I think I succeeded in that. But is this my Kiki VR chat world? No, not at all. This little baking demo isn't even playable for anyone besides me, because for legal reasons I don't think I can share it with anyone. It was just a really nice opportunity for me to combine a personal project with a school one. I got to polish up my Kiki models while learning a heck of a lot more in Unity, and also working towards my own bigger goals. I do hope that I could someday do this as a career. But by no means does that mean that I'm done with VRChat roles yet. Those are a really easy way for me to get some attention towards my work and get feedback on what I'm doing good and what has been bad. As for my Kiki world, it's still a work in progress. Are you gonna see this baking system in it? Maybe, maybe not. Since this system wasn't made for VRChat and wasn't even made in the correct Unity version, I would have to rework it quite a lot to actually make it playable for a VRChat world. I do want to add some more gamey stuff like this to my VRChat world, but we'll have to see what that gamey stuff will be once I get to it. So anyways, that's the story behind my little cozy baking game. But thank you for listening. I hope I'll be able to share about my future projects like this as well.